Norway is grappling with a royal scandal that strikes close to the heart of its monarchy. Marius Borg-Høiby, the son of Crown Princess Mette-Marit, faces charges for 32 criminal offenses, including 4 counts of rape. The young man has thrust himself into shocking headlines, with reports suggesting he could face up to 10 years in prison. The allegations linked to his name are far graver than anyone anticipated. The royal family endures intense pressure, while the nation grapples with how events escalated to this point. Could this become the scandal that reshapes Norway's monarchy? And what hidden truths remain untold? Let's explore the complete story. Royalty often evokes images of privilege, security, and a sheltered existence far removed from everyday hardships. Yet Marius Borg-Høiby's life began quite differently, marked from the start by circumstances that distinguished him sharply. Born in 1997 to Mette-Marit Høiby and Morten Borg, his early days were overshadowed by his father's imprisonment for drug-related crimes. This contrasted starkly with the refined persona typically associated with royal ties. His mother, only 24 at the time, navigated single motherhood amid her own uncertain path. Those formative years instilled in Marius a grounded perspective shaped by real-world difficulties, unlike the palatial upbringings of many royal offspring. For Mette-Marit, early motherhood under such strain was no simple task. From a humble background, she had worked various jobs while raising her son with scant support. This foundation of resilience defined Marius's early life, as his mother shouldered the burden of securing his future while confronting her past. But fate took a dramatic shift when she encountered Crown Prince Haakon, the heir to the Norwegian throne. Their romance captivated Norway, though it was anything but a straightforward fairy tale. The Crown Prince's selection of a partner with a history as a single mother, whose ex had a checkered past, stunned many. The media delved deeply into her background, with segments of society debating her suitability as future queen. For young Marius, this meant entanglement in public discourse and scrutiny long before he could comprehend it. Despite the backlash, Mette-Marit and Crown Prince Haakon's relationship progressed, and public perception gradually softened. She demonstrated poise, grace, and the capacity to embrace royal responsibilities while remaining authentic. This evolving acceptance pulled Marius, though not a prince by title, into a realm worlds away from the ordinary life his mother had once planned. A key early decision was that Marius would forego a royal title, excluding him from the line of succession and sparing him official duties or privileges afforded to his half-siblings, Princess Ingrid Alexandra and Prince Sverre Magnus. Ostensibly, this granted him liberty to pursue a conventional path. In practice, however, it positioned him in a precarious limbo, publicly visible, frequently photographed with his stepfather and half-siblings, yet distanced from the monarchy's core. This duality proved challenging, offering relative privacy compared to direct heirs, but lacking the institutional structure and safeguards that typically accompany royal status. He was often portrayed as a youth linked to royalty by family bonds rather than lineage or formal role. Simple in description, this in-between existence was profoundly complex. As he matured, Marius joined his family at public events, captured in images smiling alongside Crown Prince Haakon, Princess Ingrid Alexandra, and Prince Sverre Magnus. The palace endeavored to insulate him from relentless media glare, though curiosity from the public made it a fragile equilibrium. Publications eagerly sought snapshots of him, transforming minor outings into major narratives. While protections were in place, Marius remained under constant observation, without the explicit protocols guiding his half-siblings. For a child, this fostered inherent contradictions. His parents aimed for normalcy, school, friends, everyday routines, yet his family's prominence turned ordinary moments into potential spectacles. Maintaining that facade grew tougher in his teens as pressures intensified. Marius navigated identity formation in proximity to one of Norway's most esteemed institutions, expected to embody an image he wasn't officially part of. Proximity to the monarchy without full inclusion bred a sense of disconnection. He benefited from certain perks tied to his connections, but endured expectations sans the supporting title or purpose. It resembled traversing a tightrope, poised between the unremarkable existence his mother desired and the inescapable grandeur surrounding him. The public viewed him as the figure lingering just beyond the official royal orbit, yet perpetually within the lens of speculation and cameras. For a young person, such visibility could intricately mold self-perception. Every expression, appearance, or error risked amplification in the press. Palace insiders maintained he was merely a teenager handling academics and social ties like peers. Over time, the core question lingered. Could Marius ever fully detach from the shadow of his atypical heritage? Though not destined for royalty, his life intertwined with the monarchy from his mother's marriage to Crown Prince Haakon onward. That bond persisted, its burden compounding as he entered adulthood. As Marius Borg-Højby transitioned into young adulthood, he bore the load of his distinctive rearing alongside the autonomy of lacking a formal title. Yet that autonomy brought its own trials, sharpening as he sought to define himself and his aspirations. The safeguards of childhood privacy had faded. Now a young man, his decisions carried weight, each drawing inevitable scrutiny. Externally, his proximity to one of Europe's admired royal houses suggested boundless prospects. Assumptions of effortless career success abounded. Reality proved more nuanced. Without throne claims or titles, he forged a path blending self-reliance with unrelenting public fascination. A daring step was his departure from Norway for studies abroad in California, starting at a private institution before shifting to business and marketing. For most youth, this represents exploration and growth in independence. For Marius, interpretations varied. Some deemed it a logical progression, others a flight from Norway's probing media. His California stint offered a brief respite from domestic press intensity, though his royal association lingered inescapably. Upon return, he ventured into a high-profile role as style editor for the upscale magazine Tempus, a position seemingly aligned with his event appearances in fashionable attire. Yet announcement sparked swift backlash, with critics claiming nepotism over merit. Though short-lived, the role amplified perceptions of him leveraging family ties for advantage, as media framed it. This wasn't his sole career pursuit. He also debuted a streetwear-inspired clothing line, initially sparking interest among younger audiences intrigued by his endeavors. Like prior efforts, it proved fleeting, dissolving without lasting impact. To observers, this reinforced narratives of directionless ambition, questioning his ability to thrive independently. Scrutiny peaked around 2016 to 2017, as claims of royal exploitation intensified. Norwegian outlets and pundits probed whether he unduly profited from familial links, muddling personal and public spheres. The furor prompted Crown Princess Mette-Marit to publicly defend him, calling for media restraint and privacy. Her plea resonated with those viewing her as a protective parent, though detractors countered that royal adjacency forfeited such seclusion. Beyond professional hurdles, graver issues emerged. In 2017, he faced conviction for drug possession at the Palmesus Festival in Kristiansand, igniting rapid fallout. The narrative pivoted from occupational woes to personal failings, with substance abuse rumors proliferating. For the royals, this signaled deeper concerns, shifting focus to accountability, legality, and the perils of visibility. Public perception transformed. The once commoner prince, striving for normalcy, now appeared recklessly errant, a stigma enduring beyond the incident. Subsequent steps felt burdened, his missteps overshadowing achievements. Compounding exposure were his romantic entanglements, which invariably became tabloid fodder. His liaison with blogger Katarina Gord drew keen interest, and its dissolution led to coverage of his subsequent bond with model and influencer Julie Snickstad. Dating public personas eroded any privacy, as photos and outings fueled stories. What might pass as routine romances elsewhere became extravaganzas, curtailing his freedom further. Cumulatively, career stumbles, legal brushes, and relationships sketched a multifaceted portrait. The family emphasized his detachment from monarchical obligations for private living, yet public captivation tied his actions to royal optics. The rift between familial intent and societal demands widened, underscoring his precarious footing, yet the narrative took its bleakest turn. After prolonged media exposure and accustomed controversies, nothing braced Norway or Europe for the escalation. 2024 heralded a sorrowful pivot, elevating tales from indiscretions to profound gravity. No longer mere image concerns or nepotism claims, nor entrepreneurial flops. This centered on justice and allegations that appalled even the cynical. Late 2024 brought murmurs of police probes involving Marius, initially brushed off as tabloid fodder given his history. Reality struck on September 13, 2024, with his arrest. Released the following day, the event alone seized headlines.